For this lesson, we take a paper plate and trace around it with a pencil. It's going to go off the edge of the page a little bit. That's okay. Notice how I'm taking the Sharpie and just stopping. And then that dot in the middle is our vanishing point. You want to draw that with a pencil, not a Sharpie. I used a Sharpie so you could see it in the video. Then I am drawing my buildings. These are just lines towards that vanishing point with a ruler. That dot is the vanishing point. And then I'm erasing my construction lines. Those are lines I use to help me draw, but I don't need them in the final product. We call those construction lines. And then the tops of my buildings are just flat. I want a variety of shaped buildings. So I'm using some or making some that are tall and some that are shorter. These have some space in between the buildings. You could also have all of the buildings touching, that's fine. Remember to erase those construction lines as you go. Making a tall one there and a short one. So it has lots of variety. Now I'm adding windows to the buildings. You want to have at least some windows and door or doors on each building. So you want each building to have details. For the sides of the windows, I'm making sure that they all go towards the vanishing point, using my ruler to draw all of the lines. Because we have one vanishing point, that makes this 1 point perspective. If we were to have two vanishing points and lines in different directions, that would be 2 point perspective, and so on. I want each building to be different, so this one I'm doing the lines very close together, but evenly spaced. And the first one I did some larger windows. This one I'm adding like a little arch on top of the doors. And it's a very short building, so I'm not adding any windows on there. As you get closer to something, it appears bigger. And if it's farther away, it appears smaller. So I'm drawing some lines closer together as I get towards the vanishing point and leaving them farther apart as I get towards the outer edge of the circle. Because when something's close to you, it's big, and if it's far away, it's smaller. Again, just using my ruler to make sure the lines are going towards that point. And now I'm tracing everything with a Sharpie and ink pen. I want a variety of lines. I want some lines to be thick, some to be thin. Now I am shading with a pen using a crosshatch method that kind of goes with the form of the doors and windows. And I wanted this building to be recognizable, so I put H&M on top. Now I'm adding some thicker lines in the windows of this building just to make it different than the ones beside it. Adding some details around the doors. Again, those shorter lines I'm doing are farther apart as I get out towards the circle and closer together as they go towards vanishing point. I added some birds in the sky, some circular windows, some curved windows. Now I'm adding like a brick pattern on that building. For those windows, I'm doing like one directional shading. So I'm adding like a lot of little lines all in the same direction with my pen. And it's just a regular Bic pen. One building I have a zigzag line on. They don't necessarily have to be realistic. And I want to use a variety of materials, so I'm using crayon for the sky. You don't have to do a daytime sky. You could do a nighttime sky. You could do stars, planets, UFOs. It could be imaginary or realistic. I'm adding a variety of shades with my crayon as well, just by pushing down harder on the crayon so that it's not all one flat color in the sky. And now I'm going to paint it with watercolor paint, and I am doing the primary colors first, red, yellow, blue, and I'm leaving a couple of buildings in between the red, yellow, and blue buildings because I want to show that I know how to make secondary colors using the color wheel. So red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors. All of the colors that exist can be made from those three primary colors. And then your secondary colors are made by mixing the two primary colors together. So blue and yellow makes green. I'm going to put green on that building between the blue and the yellow. Watercolor is meant to be transparent, so you're going to see through the paint. It's not meant to be very thick. You want to be able to see your lines through the paint, so it is not opaque. It's very transparent. So now between the red and the yellow, I'm putting orange because red and yellow makes orange. And then between the red and the blue, I'm going to put purple. And that's about it. I hope you guys have fun.